I don't have a script for this video, so hopefully it doesn't end up being too long, but now is the time. Now is the time to make this video. I've been stalling more than long enough, as you guys have probably noticed on the channel. But something really big is happening on YouTube, and it's definitely something I've noticed, and I'm sure some of you guys may have even noticed, but I have caught on, and I have felt it personally as someone that has been trying to do YouTube for the last 6 months, car YouTube in specific. But basically, car YouTube is changing. If anything, it's dying. I hate to say it because of how much we love watching car vloggers and YouTubers and all that, but it's definitely starting to shift from the average car YouTuber who just makes those vlogs daily. Essentially what I was aiming to become with all the installs on the BRZ or the 350 or any future project. However, I'm not too certain that that's going to cut it for much longer, and I think that can be primarily because of Instagram Reels and TikTok, because of the fact that those are an easier way for people to capture their daily little things. For example, like the splitter install I did for the BRZ, somebody could cover that in a TikTok and only take up 60 seconds at max of your time, and you can scroll on and see more of your creators. Now for YouTube, on the other hand, as I remember, I think my video is about 15 minutes long just to put the splitter on. Yeah, the video will do generally average for my channel, but in scale of growth it wouldn't do too much because of the fact that it's very specific and applies to a smaller niche that would just simply do better on TikTok. That's just a thing that's happening with social media in 2022 right now, with automotive content in general. But if you guys haven't noticed, in the last 3 weeks I don't want to say disappeared, but slowly kind of faded away from the channel. And that's primarily because after a certain point I started to, as what some people call it, as burnout, because I've been pumping out content about 2 to 3 videos a week for the last 6-7 months. So I kind of burnt out, and I kind of looked back at all my content and just realized that I was ultimately unhappy with everything that I have made, because what really made me realize this is whenever I go out or meet somebody that I'm catching up with, they will ask what I'm up to or what I'm doing, and when I tell them YouTube, then they generally ask me what the link to my channel is, and every single time I end up not wanting to give them the link in the back of my head, just because I know when they go click on that link and they go choose one of those videos that all of my videos are just these cookie cutter, rushed out, pumped out content just to provide content. Like, I realized that I stopped making videos for me and I started making videos for YouTube. Like, I became consumed with the YouTube algorithm, with the YouTube formula, and with what everybody says about YouTube, having to post 3 days a week or 2 days a week, and you're having to do all these trends and staying relevant and consistency or whatever. The consistency is true, but I didn't realize that it didn't have to be 3 days a week or 2 days a week. If you simply do once a week or once every other week, if you stay on that schedule, that is still considered consistency. So I kind of drowned myself in this loop of repetitive content, to the point where when I was making a video, I most of the time didn't want to make the video. And that's not something that I was very open to you guys about, just simply because I thought what I was doing was right. But I've come down to terms and realized that it's most definitely not. Just forcing myself to provide content like that, because it's not who I am. When I first started this journey, I told you guys that I used to make little movies and projects with my friends like every weekend when I was in middle school and high school, and that is really what I enjoy doing, is making those projects. So these little cookie cutter videos that just kind of feel the same every single time, just a different car part, just really wore me down and just kind of ruined my perspective of YouTube, to the point where I was moping around for 2 to 3 weeks, just kind of contemplating, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I unhappy with my content? The growth rate has been really well this year. We hit already 6,400 at the time of filming within the last 6-7 months, so I should be happy with it. But really comes down to the fact that I've realized that once the spike hit from getting a 22 BRZ, my content was so average and plateaued to all the other people on YouTube trying to also enter the same field of car YouTube, that it just kind of plateaus me at this straight line, and that's simply not where I want to be. I think the reason that a lot of car YouTube is so similar, like why I could find probably 1,000 other car YouTubers that are making videos pretty much exactly like mine, titled like mine, thumbnail like mine, vlog style like mine, is because of the fact that we are all following the influence of who came before us, the pioneers, which was, you know, TJ Hunt, Dustin Williams, even Adam LZ. So these pioneers are obviously the role models of YouTube for us to produce this content daily like they are doing, and make these videos as much as we can, make as many part videos as we can, make as much content as we can. But when it really comes down to it, I think that because we are that second wave of YouTubers, since they're the first wave of car YouTube, we have to take a different approach. If not, we're just all gonna be the same as them. Something that's really funny about this is, I don't know if any of you guys watch TJ Hunt, I'm sure most of you guys do. He actually stepped back. He took a 3-week break from YouTube to create some new content, something new, more cinematic, in a different video style from his average vlogs, which freaking insane that my thought process kind of happened around the same time as him. However, I will say he filmed his stuff months ago of his new version of content, whereas I'm only going to be starting now. But TJ Hunt is obviously known as like one of the top car automotive YouTubers on YouTube for that influence of being that vlogger with, you know, daily content of mods and parts on his car. So I know he's smart, that's how he got there. I'm sure he realized that YouTube is becoming this sea of the same formula over and over and over again, and I see that as a good reason to pioneer as he is into the new era of what I believe YouTube is going to be. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to copy TJ Hunt, but I am extremely sick and tired of this daily vlog style video that's just so repetitive, and I can't imagine how he feels for however many years he's done it when I've only been doing it for 6-7 months. So I'm making the switch now to not necessarily copy him, but TJ Hunt is pioneering into the new era of YouTube to stay on top. That's what a top influencer has to do, is recreate what it is, because he was that original pioneer of that path. He will be part of the next era of YouTube with what he's doing, and all I'm saying is what I'm going to do is going to make sure that I am part of that era as well, because YouTube is going to change. Car YouTube, the way it is right now, car YouTube vlogging, sorry, is going to either die or slowly simmer away. I don't think it's gonna do as well as it did in the last 4 to 5 years, because of the fact, like I said, TikTok and Instagram Reels is able to cover those daily vlogs that we're filming in less time, and allowing people to just swipe through and just brain dead through content like quickly. So what does that lead into what I'm going to be changing into? Basically, as I've explained, since I'm tired of the boring cookie cutter content, and I have since I've been in middle school making little films, like organized, script written, color graded, shot lists, like everything for a professional video, that is something that I want to apply to the channel. And basically, videos from now on will be a lot more professional, which would mean I am script writing them, storyboarding them, writing shot lists for them, and having Trey, the one that filmed our Risen video, our Drift video, and then our recent Risen video, which was our last video. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. Filming and editing those so I can focus on the creative process, the marketing, the storyboarding, everything. I can focus on the important part of it, since I'm specialized at that, and he can focus on the part that he's specialized at to make it the channel that much better. And that obviously would require a lot more time, which means instead of making the cookie cutter videos every other day, stressing myself out over every little part on this car for a video every other day, we are going to start stepping back a little bit and making these videos high quality, high production, every other week, every other Sunday to be exact, just to make sure that we have that gap to storyboard, plan, film, edit, everything, make sure it's perfect, and get it up every other Sunday. For now, that is the goal for now, is to at least make a high quality video for you guys every other Sunday. If the videos start doing well enough, we will start doing them every Sunday. I like the idea of it being on Sunday because of the brand Risen. I know some of you guys aren't biblical, but you guys know that there is some correlation to that with my brand. but I want to provide this content that is more satisfying for people to go watch, that when they click on it, it's very entertaining, very cinematic, and if they are new to the channel, they can start binge watching and just enjoy every piece of content. Because if I found my channel and I clicked on a video and then I try to watch another one, I would be bored pretty quickly. Because relatively, it's the same as every other car YouTuber on YouTube. That's all it is. But if they're like these masterpiece mini movies that are very entertaining about cars and doing things that I wouldn't have even thought about with cars, then I would be locked in, and that's something that I'm aiming for. So a little example so you guys can kind of get an idea of what's coming forward. We are filming a very fun video with the BRZ. We are essentially going to be recreating the opening scene from the Fast and Furious franchise, when the green Eclipse pulls up and then Brian tops out and then spins out. It's a relatively easy scene, but we plan to create that shot by shot, and we're going to document the whole recreation process, and I think that video should do pretty well because it's a very fun idea. And then two, something we're preparing for is SEMA. When the SEMA build comes, you know, usually when YouTubers are doing a SEMA build, they make a video every day, or not, if not every other day, of every freaking part of the build, which is cool and all, but for me, I cannot make a video titling it SEMA build wide body day part 1. That's just not something I would be interested in doing. Kind of our game plan right now for SEMA is, once all the parts roll in, the first video we're gonna do is gonna be like the plan. We're gonna lay all the parts out, tell the plan, everything, get excited. That'll be an episode. Episode 2 will essentially be the build. That'll be probably the biggest episode, because that's gonna be everything. The wide body, the wheels, the wrap, everything. Everything is going to be done in episode 2. I'm not going to try and spread it out like sprinkles. I want it to be a masterpiece episode from the beginning to the end, that it's something you would find on Netflix. Like, I don't want it to be some cookie cutter vlog for something that big, because it's storytelling, you know. And then episode 3 would be the trip to Vegas. We're going to have to trailer this car from Florida to Vegas. That's going to be a very entertaining document style, cinematic style vlog all the way there. And then the 4th episode, obviously SEMA. Full SEMA coverage, get it all done in one video. So those 4 episodes should do super well, super high quality. You're going to want to binge watch all of those, and you're not going to want to skip over any, which is the main idea. Because if I made 20 videos on SEMA with the BRZ, that's great. Chances are most people aren't going to watch all of them. And some of you guys may. You guys are very loyal to me. But as for general growth, quality is going to be something I'm going to focus on more than quantity with this channel, and that's something I realized because of how much quantity I produced without quality, and it kind of really brought down my creative process as a creator. It really brought down my mood, and it really made me realize I lost myself as someone who's trying to do YouTube to YouTube. The reason I want to do a storytelling way instead of these vlogs is because the whole reason I'm doing this is for a story. I'm not just doing this for fun. The fact that some of you guys might not even know the reason that I'm doing all this shows that I've lost my way. The first video I made that explained why I'm converting from my old car, the Type R, to this car, I gave a full breakdown of why I was doing this, which included my uncle who passed away, who would have been extremely proud of what I'm doing, which is one of the biggest reasons I'm doing what I'm doing, and one of the biggest reasons I stepped into church and came up with the name Risen and grew this group and did this channel and tried to provide all this content for you guys. So I lost the whole storytelling aspect of the channel and kind of started focusing on, I don't want to say the clout, but if you look at the wrap of my car, you guys will know this is not even a color that I would have done if I wasn't doing YouTube. I would have done like dark satin gray, but I did this color because of YouTube, and that really goes to show that I did lose myself to what I was doing. So I'm glad that I've realized it in time to kind of step back and recreate my channel and content into a new light, make it way more professional, way more cinematic, way more entertaining. Hopefully get you guys' support on this one, because I know I genuinely will enjoy making this content way more than what we've been doing. Because at the end of the day, I realize it's all about what I want. And obviously I want my videos to do well, and that's why I was chasing the algorithm, doing everything I was told to grow. But at the same time, I need to make the content I want if I want to do this for a long time without losing myself or losing my sanity. So this is what I'm going to do. And with this change, I kind of wanted to make it very symbolic. Something I realized in the channel and in my marketing of the channel is that I'm juggling trying to grow my own brand of B11 me, trying to market me so that I can market Risen, my car group, my brand. Like, that was the whole goal, was to grow B11 so that I could grow Risen. And I kind of forgot that, and I just started growing B11, like the Instagram, and I was growing Risen. Like, I was posting here, posting there. Like, I was like trying to juggle like 4 platforms of content, like my personal Instagram, my Risen Instagram, my personal YouTube, my car group meets. Like, there was just a lot going on to juggle, along with shooting homes and everything. That's a whole nother side thing that I have a business of. But there was too much going on, and I realized that the issue came down to me not realizing that I had no point in growing myself. I mean, if the whole goal of all of this was for Risen, the group that represents rising through your problems, which I'm sure some of you guys don't even know because I suck at storytelling, then why am I promoting myself? If I'm being honest with myself, I do not care. Like, I don't care if people know me. What I really care about is the brand and the group growing and spreading a message. That was the ultimate goal of all of this. So with that being said, the YouTube channel does not need to be named B11. I get it, most of the content is going to be surrounded around me and what I'm doing with my cars and my builds. But with this more cinematic, professional style, I'll be bringing in more characters that are part of Risen and showcasing more entertaining content, so you guys get to know the group, the brand. And I am the leader, the founder of Risen, so I am going to be the main character of all the content, obviously. But the whole idea is that we are growing the brand Risen. So going forth, the channel will be Risen, which is very helpful, because whenever we go to car meets or anything and people ask what we do and we say I do YouTube, they ask what the name is and they're expecting it to be Risen or Risen Racing or something like that, and I give them B11 and they look confused. It's definitely going to help in that aspect. It's going to help people in the group spread the channel instead of spreading my name. There's just no point. I mean, if we're trying to grow Risen, then that's what we need to do. We're going to grow Risen. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good step forth. We're going from the vlog style to the cinematic storytelling style, and it's a little scary because it's a little pioneerish, but I'm glad to know I'm not the only person thinking that way. I see TJ's doing it as well. My way is going to be a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same grasp of changing up the car automotive YouTube scene to something different, and something, in my opinion, better and more entertaining. So I'm excited, guys. I really think what's happening in the automotive content world is that people are going to get their daily brainwash content off TikTok and Instagram Reels, and then when they want to go watch those like mini movies, then they're going to go on YouTube. God, I've been holding that in for a long time. I mean, literally 3 weeks ago, I tried filming another vlog style video, and I literally, like, mid-clip, I was like, you know, forget this. I don't want to do this. Like, why am I filming this if I don't want to do this? I told myself I wouldn't do something that I didn't want to do in life, and it's not what I wanted to do. This is. So that's what we're going to do. But before this long lecture rant ends, I must inform you guys that next Saturday is our second Risen meet. So if you guys are in the Jacksonville, Florida area, be sure to come out, check that out. We are doing a collab with Love of Zen. We have a very sick t-shirt here, the Risen Love of Zen shirt. I'm not sure if I was supposed to show you guys that yet, but if you guys aren't in the area, if we have any shirts left over, I'll throw them on the website. We only made 40, so it's a limited type of deal, but we will be selling those at the meet. So if you guys are in the area, be sure to check it out. Take a screenshot of that flyer so you guys can have the information. Come on out. But I'm very excited for the future. I'm very excited to be me and share my story and share my brand. So as you guys saw, even though I got tired of what I was doing, I didn't quit, but instead I found another way. And that should go to show that you guys should never stop dreaming.